And welcome to the Smart Science Measurement video about the Brownian Motion Random Walk Lab. Now this lab's all about the fact that microscopic particles tend to wobble all about as they move in a way that is described as Brownian motion. And this lab, we're going to look at a particle and see how it moves as time goes on. So if I scroll to the top page, you can see that we're looking at a microscope as being the equipment of the lab. And the sample image, you can see some small particles under the microscope view. Now the guideline is telling you that you're going to click on the particle of your choice and just follow a particle that you saw moving in the video frame to frame by clicking on it. Okay, so how does the distance a small particle moves change over time? Does it move more as more time goes on? Does it move less as time moves on? Or does it move the same as time moves on? Basically, we're going to try to compare that. And you can write or pick a hypothesis. Generally speaking, you're going to be picking a hypothesis from the list here. In advanced classes, you may have to write one. So I'm just going to click on a hypothesis. And then we're going to see that there's just 4 experiments to pick between. Each one is going to be a microscope view like this one. When we press play, we'll see the particles wobbling about. So I'm looking at these. I can see 3 that are pretty bright. One of these 2 in the middle seem to be pretty easy to follow. So our job is just to click on the particle and make sure it was moving. This one was, so I'm just going to click on it. Okay, it moved. I click again. It moves. I click again. And what you're going to see over on the right in the graph and the data table is just sort of a view of where the particle's moved, how far it's moved over time, or where it's moved to. Okay, and that's based on sort of the accuracy of my clicking as well, right? So if I click badly, it might be a little more erratic. But essentially, we're seeing that XY position over time. So you can see my little clicks there. This is just a blown up version of my little clicks. So here the particle's wobbling around and moving in a funny way. And just the idea is, how much did it move based on, how much time went by. So you're going to try to figure that out. Don't forget to save the graphs. And they're going to go right up into your list here. You can use the all button to look at all of them once you've done a few. And if you don't like your measuring while you're doing it, you can always use the reset button. Try to figure out how small particles move in this lab about Brownian motion.